You're on your couch, thumb doing that mindless flick, and then bam, there it is. The group photo, the clink of glasses, the tagged restaurant you've been dying to try, the laughing faces you know too well, the caption with inside jokes that land like a dart. Your brain goes hot, your mouth goes dry, your stomach drops in that weird hollow elevator way. And I want you to hear me. That drop is real. You didn't make it up. It's not because you're dramatic or needy or too much. It's your nervous system clocking a threat to belonging. It's the human part of you trying to make sense of a gap where you thought there was a bridge. Now here comes the cascade. Humiliation first, like you did something wrong and everyone knows but won't say. Jealousy kicks the door open right after. Why them and not me? Confusion sprints in with a whiteboard and starts drawing timelines. And then anger barrels through with a megaphone. And then the bargaining. Maybe it was last minute. Maybe they assumed I was busy. Maybe there was a limit on the reservation. Maybe I missed a text. Maybe they thought I don't like sushi. Maybe. You know that spin? It's exhausting and it never lands you anywhere but thirstier. Let's just tell the truth. You're an adult. This isn't middle school, but it hits the exact same nerve because that nerve is about safety and identity. Do I matter? Do I belong? Am I in or am I out? You can be crushing it at work, have a mortgage, a retirement plan, and still have this moment reduce you to a kid staring at a cafeteria table already full. There is nothing wrong with you for wanting to sit down, but this is the moment, the exact window where your life splits. Because after that first punch in the gut, your next move is a choice. And that's where all your power lives. You can spiral, doom scroll every story, zoom into the background to count chairs, spin yourself into a frenzy, send a too bright DM pretending you're unbothered, audition for approval you already know is conditional, or you can do something else. You can choose you. Here's the mantra I want stamped on your forehead for this. If they didn't invite you, let them, and then choose yourself. Say it again. Let them. Let people reveal their preferences. Let the reality stand without you scrambling to edit it. Let it sting, breathe, and then come back to your side of the street. You are not going to beg. You are not going to people please your way into a chair, and you are not going to abandon yourself to earn an invite. Your hurt is real. Your worth is intact. And your next move, that's on you, and it's about to change everything. Here's the tool. 2 words. Let them. That's it. And before you roll your eyes, let me be crystal clear about what I mean, so your brain doesn't twist this into passivity or pretending. Let them is radical acceptance, not approval. Let them means you stop arguing with what is happening in front of your face. It does not mean you like it. It does not mean it's fair. It does not mean you'll never speak up or have standards. It means in this moment, you release the death grip on other people's choices. Hands off. Because here's the hidden trap that keeps you suffering. You think you're seeking clarity. You swear you just need to understand. If I knew why they didn't invite me, I'd feel better. No, you wouldn't. What you're actually trying to do is control their perception of you. You want a chance to re-audition, to explain, to fix their narrative. That's not clarity, that's control, wearing a halo. And it is anxiety, plain and simple, driving the bus. So use the mantra. They went without you, let them. They didn't text back, let them. They forgot, let them. They keep you on read, let them. They make plans last minute and you see it after the fact, let them. They call you when they're bored, but never when it counts, let them. They say they're busy for months on end, let them. Let people show you who they are when you are not contorting to be picked. What does fighting reality actually cost you? Look at your day. Rumination that chews through hours. Rehearsing texts in your head like you're in court. Stalking stories. Zooming in. CSIing the background for clues. Making yourself smaller in the next interaction so you don't scare them off. Overgiving. Dropping cookies. Covering the tab. Offering rides. Bending schedules. Trying to earn a chair you should never have to buy. You shrink. Your nervous system spikes. Your peace evaporates. For what? I want you to picture this. You in a tiny boat, paddling upstream against the current of someone else's choices. You're heaving, sweating, yelling at the river to flow the other way. That's you arguing with reality. Now, hands off, drop the oars. Feel that? The boat turns, the current catches, your shoulders come down, you didn't drown, you floated. The second you stop fighting people's decisions, you get your energy back. You get your time back. You get yourself back. Let them is the cut of the cord. It's the fastest route out of suffering because it ends the fantasy negotiation in your head. Let them miss the chance to know you. Let them keep their pattern. Let them reveal their standards. Then you take that information and you make choices that honor you. Say it out loud right now. They chose what they chose. I choose peace. Let's decode what happens right after the sting. Because if you understand this, you stop taking the bait. The second you see that photo or realize you were left off the text, your brain lunges for the control panel. It puts on a lab coat like some frantic scientist and starts interrogating the crime scene. What did I do? Should I apologize? Should I text? Should I pretend I didn't see it? How do I fix this? How do I get back in? Your mind is not looking for truth in that moment. It's looking for certainty. It would rather have a painful answer than no answer because uncertainty to your nervous system feels like danger. And when you feel danger, you try to control the environment. So here's the reframe that will change your life. Control is anxiety wearing a perfectly tailored disguise. That urge to chase the invite is not your confident adult self making a strategic move. It's your anxious system bargaining to turn off the alarm. You're not needy. You're activated. And activation lies to you. It whispers. If you can just manage their perception, the pain will stop. If you can just send the perfect message, they'll pick you. If you can explain, justify, promise, perform, you'll be safe. No, you'll be exhausted because the threat you're trying to solve is not their opinion. It's your body's need for certainty. Let's call out the behaviors so you can catch them. Overtexting, the paragraph that starts with, haha, so random, and then morphs into a mini press release about how busy you've been, but you're totally free if anything comes up. Performing online, suddenly posting thirst trap confidence, inspirational quotes about loyalty, or a calculated story from your amazing night to signal you're thriving when you're really fishing. Over-explaining, dropping context, no one asked for BTW, I changed my number, I've been off socials, new schedule, as if logistics can buy you re-entry. Joking to hook reassurance, guess my invite got lost in the mail, lol, you don't mean lol. Offering surprise favors, I can help you plan next time. Want me to pick you up from the airport? I grabbed you a coffee, no biggie, biggie. It's all a bid to earn a chair that costs your dignity. Here's the self-interruption I use in real time. I am about to hit send on a novella-length text, and I catch my reflection in the phone screen and say out loud, what the hell? Mel, why am I about to send a paragraph? Answer, because I'm trying to control their perception so I don't have to sit in uncertainty. Boom. That's the tell. That's anxiety. And that's where the tool slides in. Let them. Phone down. Shoulders down. Breathe. When you can't control them and the upgrade is you regulate you. That's the entire game. Regulation is the opposite of performing and pleading. It's the quiet move that says, my body is loud right now, so I'm going to lower the volume before I do anything. Name it, I'm anxious. Locate it, tight chest, buzzing jaw, hot face. Breathe on purpose. Lengthen the exhale. Get up. Move your body for 2 minutes. Splash cold water. Put the phone in another room. This is not avoidance. This is leadership. You leading yourself out of the reflex to chase, back into the reality where your choices actually matter. Because chasing doesn't create belonging. It creates relief for 2 minutes and then a bigger hangover of self-betrayal. It teaches other people your standard is crumbs are fine. And it teaches you to doubt your own read of reality. Regulation does the opposite. It restores dignity. It turns the lights on so you can see the pattern without the fog machine of panic. It gets you back to the only business you can run your own. So the next time the itch hits, fix it, text them, post something, prove something, say this to yourself. This is not a clarity problem. This is an uncertainty problem. My anxiety wants a story. I want peace. Let them. Then you make the move that respects you. That's the shift. That's the disguise ripped off. And once you see it, you don't have to chase anybody ever again. Okay, let's put this into your hands. I want an exact play-by-play for the moment you see the post, so your brain doesn't sprint off without you. Here's the script. You catch the photo, your stomach drops. Pause. Put your phone face down, hand on your chest. Say, I'm safe. This is a surge. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Long exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Do that twice. Now ask the 3 questions out loud. We are turning your mind toward peace, not gossip, not guessing, peace. Question 1, fear check. What am I afraid this means about me? Don't get fancy. Go blunt and human. I'm afraid it means I'm unlovable. I'm afraid I'm disposable. I'm afraid I'm boring. I'm afraid I'm not in anymore. Name the monster so it shrinks. When you name it, you separate it from you. That's not truth. That's fear talking. Put a period on it. I'm feeling afraid it means X, not it means X. Powerful difference. Question 2, business check. Whose business am I in right now? Answer, I'm in their business. Their invite list is their business. Their preferences are their business. My self-respect, my time, my behavior that is my business. Say it. I'm stepping out of their business. I'm coming back to mine. Visualize sliding back into your lane like a car with its blinker on. You don't drive better by grabbing someone else's steering wheel. Hands off. Let them. Question 3, peace check. What feels more like peace in the next 10 minutes? Not forever, not tomorrow, next 10. We're stopping the emotional bleeding, not pretending we don't bleed. Options. Put the phone in another room and set a 10-minute timer. Walk outside and feel your feet hit the ground. Make tea and stand there while it steeps. Long exhale every time the kettle hisses. Mute stories for 24 hours. Text one safe person, not to dissect the post, but to anchor. Saw something. Feeling tender. Doing my peace plan. No need to respond. Cold water on your wrists. A short playlist and 3 chores. Notice each move starts the return to your life, not theirs. Then choose one and declare it. For the next 10 minutes, I will walk, make tea, shower, call my sister who doesn't fuel drama. You don't need answers from them. You need peace from you. And from peace, you'll make better choices in an hour. Tonight, tomorrow. That's the whole point of this pivot. You're not seeking to feel nothing. You're seeking to feel steady enough to choose yourself. Run it now in your head like a fire drill. Pause, hand on chest, breathe 4 in, 6 out, fear check, business check, peace check, pick the 10-minute action. That's your muscle memory. The boat turns, the current catches, and you're back in your lane. Let them. Choose peace. Then go live your life. Now that you've pulled the emergency brake with the 3-question pivot, there's a sneaky sequel your brain wants to screen. The default movie. You know it. Opening credits say hate me. Cut to, I'm the backup friend. Montage, everyone else has a group. Final scene, I'm too much. I'm not enough. Your mind writes, directs, and stars in painful fiction at record speed because uncertainty freaks it out. It would rather feed you a crappy plot than admit it doesn't know. And if you don't catch it, you start living like the story is true. So here's your reset. Facts versus fiction. Fact there was a gathering. Fact you were not there. Fact you feel hurt and disappointed. Those are the only facts you actually have in this moment. Everything else, what it means about your worth, your future with these people, your likability, your destiny, is a story. Is it a plausible story? Sure. Is it proven? No. And you do not sentence yourself with a story you cannot verify. Try this out loud. Fact check, story check. Fact, there was a dinner. I was not invited. I'm hurt. Period. Story, this proves I'm disposable. That's a story. Story, I'm obviously not fun. Story. Story, they're plotting to slowly edge me out. Story, put labels on it like you're sorting recycling. Facts go in one bin. Stories go in another. You are not required to drink the toxic stuff just because your brain poured it. And because your brain will argue, Let's offer other plausible cuts of the movie without clinging to any of them. It could have been last minute. It could have been a table for 4 and you make 5. It could have been a subgroup thing, work friends, gym crew, moms from one class. It could have been someone avoiding awkward dynamics between 2 people you don't even know about. It could have been an oversight, which happens. Or yes, it could have been a choice. All of those are possible. The point is not to pick the one you like and tattoo it on your heart. The point is to remind yourself, if the truth is unknown, I'm not going to make up a version that ruins my day and my dignity. Here's the principle I want you to etch on your bathroom mirror. Uncertainty is survivable. Self-abandonment is not. You can live through not knowing. You cannot keep living well if you betray yourself every time you feel left out by morphing into a prosecutor, a mind reader, and a contortionist. Let them doesn't mean you pretend it didn't sting. It means you stop inventing a courtroom where you are the defendant and your worth is on trial. You don't need a jury. You need a boundary. So the next time the movie starts rolling, interrupt it. Say, case dismissed. I'm not prosecuting myself for someone else's preferences. Return to facts. Return to your lane. If you eventually gather more information through pattern, not panic, you'll respond from clarity. Until then, protect your worth, put the phone down, put the story down, let them choose what they choose. And you choose not to crown a painful guess as the truth of who you are. That's how you keep your peace intact while reality reveals itself. Now we act. The replacement for spiraling is self-selection. You're going to behave like you belong to your life. The next 24 hours are not a referendum on your worth. They're a practice ground. Follow me step by step. Step 1, stop the digital self-harm. Mute the story. Not later now. Long press. Mute for 24 hours. If your fingers start drifting back to the app like they've got a mind of their own, say out loud, hands off, I'm not harvesting pain. Set a 2-4 hour app limit. Move the icon off your home screen. Put the phone in a drawer for 30 minutes and set a timer. You are not collecting evidence for a case we just dismissed. Every tap is a pick at the scab. Let them post. Let them comment. Let them live online without your nervous system glued to it. Let them, step 2, convert the energy. Your body is holding charge and it needs an outlet that isn't texting a novella. Move. 10-minute walk, shoes on, outside, no podcast, feel your feet. Hot shower, long exhale with the water hitting your upper back. Put on one playlist and clean one sink. Fold one load, sweep one room, air out a window, and breathe there. Do 10 slow squats and count them. This is not punishment. This is plumbing. You're letting adrenaline leave through motion so your brain can think again. Step 3, reach sideways, not upward. You are not texting the person who excluded you for reassurance. That is begging, dressed as clearing the air. You're going to ground yourself with someone safe and reciprocal, a person who doesn't make you audition. Script, hey, saw something that stung. I'm tender and doing my peace plan. No need to fix. Just wanted to say hi and touch base. Or call the cousin who always laughs with you. Or drop one note in the group chat that actually shows up for each other. Game night Thursday at my place. 7, no gossip, no analysis, just anchoring to reality. You are connected. Step 4, make one self-respecting plan. Put something on your calendar in the next 24 hours that signals to you, I am a person who chooses myself. Take yourself to the coffee shop you love and stay for 30 minutes with a book. Book the class you keep talking about, yoga, ceramics, coding. Who cares? Start the thing you've been postponing. Open the document and write for 15 minutes. Hit register. Schedule the dentist. Order the supplies. Send the babysitter a date for your own dinner. Yes, alone counts. Dress like you have plans because you do with your own life. 2 anchors help: an intentional morning, walk, shower, real breakfast, and an evening reset. Cook something simple, tidy one surface, early bed. That's a person with standards. Step 5, write the sentence you need to hear. On paper, not in your head. I can be sad and still have standards. Put it on a sticky note by the door. Make it your phone lock screen. When the urge to peek hits, read it out loud. When you feel the tug to prove, read it out loud. When you start to negotiate your worth for crumbs, read it out loud. Sadness is allowed. Self-abandonment is not. This is your 2 4-hour plan. Mute the pain, move the charge, call safety, plan with dignity, and speak truth to yourself. Let them do what they do. You choose you. Then tomorrow, we repeat. That's how peace becomes your new pattern. Now that you've stabilized yourself and acted like you belong to your own life, let's zoom out and read the room like an adult. Here's the unsexy truth about grown-up relationships. People show you where you stand by what they do consistently, not by what they say when you're upset. Anyone can say the right line when confronted. I'm so sorry. I adore you. It was last minute. We should totally hang. Cute. Words float. Patterns land. Look at the calendar, not the caption. Look at the invitations you actually receive, the check-ins that happen without you prompting them, the ways they fold you in when it counts. That's the baseline. That's your data. And while we're here, let's separate a bump from a trend. One-off oversight, life. People travel, kids get sick, tables cap at 4, brains get overloaded. You can extend grace because you also need grace sometimes. But repeated exclusion over months, that is not bad luck. That is information. When the same people regularly forget, regularly don't loop you in, regularly circle back only when it benefits them, notice it. You don't need to villainize them. You need to stop writing fairy tales about their potential. Let them be who they are and who they are not. I want you to switch from detective to investor. Drama wants you combing through clues to prove a case. Data wants you to track returns. Where do your deposits, time, kindness, invitations, energy actually come back? What's the ratio of you initiating to them initiating? How often do they factor you into plans without you dangling hints or doing logistical cartwheels? Pull up your last 90 days and ask, if I stopped reaching out, how much would this relationship move on its own? That question is a flashlight. If the answer is not much, you don't burn it down. You right size it. You move it from core circle to casual without bitterness. You stop expecting steakhouse energy from a coffee acquaintance. Here's the reframe that will save you hours of ache. Exclusion isn't always a crisis. It's often clarity about what's real. Clarity is a gift. It's freedom from the holding pattern of maybe when they're less busy, or maybe after the wedding, or maybe once the semester's over, maybe not. Let them. When you let the pattern stand without you compensating, you stop paying interest on a fantasy, you stop bargaining with crumbs, you stop assigning A-tier access to someone who keeps turning in C-tier effort. Standards make this simple. Your standard isn't perfection. It's reciprocity, respect, and reality. It sounds like this. I spend my limited time with people whose behavior shows they want to be there. I don't chase. I don't punish. I place. That's adult. That's calm. That's powerful. And when you place people appropriately, resentment evaporates because you're no longer trying to collect on an IOU they never signed. You're investing where there are actual returns. The friend who texts you when they see your name pop up in their memories, the neighbor who adds a chair, the cousin who circles a date on the calendar and keeps it. Pattern over promise, always. And yes, sometimes a pattern matters enough to address. We'll talk about when to speak up and how to do it once with dignity, and then let the answer, spoken or unspoken, guide your standards. But first, accept what the data already shows you. Let them be themselves, let the information be neutral, and then choose where your time goes without a grudge. That's how you stop loving potential and start living in peace. Drop the oars, read the current, and steer your boat toward people who actually row with you. I love you. Choose reality. It won't ghost you. Now, before your brain weaponizes let them into silence or passivity, hear me loud and clear. Let them doesn't remove your voice. It removes your begging. You are not going mute. You are going mature. There are 3 caveats that protect you, your rights, and your dignity. First, safety and harm. If there's bullying, harassment, workplace retaliation, or a power imbalance, you do not float quietly down the river hoping they'll behave. You document and you advocate dates, times, direct quotes, screenshots, who was present, what was impacted, save it to a private place, loop in the right channels. HR, your manager's manager, your union rep, an ombuds office, a school counselor, a trusted adult, legal advice if needed. You do not debate your humanity with an abuser. You protect it. Let them show their pattern while you build a record and move it through the proper process. That is not drama, that is safety. Second, your rights and agreements. If you are in a committed relationship, a business partnership, or any defined group commitment with stated norms, you address the breach directly. Because when there's an agreement, silence becomes complicity with chaos. If you share a calendar and your partner keeps forgetting, or you have a partnership operating agreement and your co-founder is cutting side deals, or your project team promised weekly updates and you're the only one posting speak up once, clearly with the terms anchored to the agreement, not to their personality. We agreed to X. Here's what happened. Here's the impact. Here's what restores trust. Then you watch what they do next, because the repair is the report card. Third, boundaries and dignity. Let them is not let them disrespect me while I stay. You can detach and also distance yourself. That might look like declining future invites from repeat offenders, opting out of certain chats, unfollowing or muting for more than 24 hours, moving someone from inner circle to acquaintance, rotating out of committees that treat you like a utility. You don't torch the bridge, you reroute your commute. Hands off the oars, feet out of the room if needed. Here's your simple decision rule. If speaking up can create clarity with a reciprocal person, do it. If it will turn into begging, don't. Ask yourself, will this likely be one clean conversation that sets a standard? Or will I end up writing a thesis, chasing replies, and managing their emotions? Am I asking for information or am I auditioning for inclusion? If it's clarity with a grown-up, use this one sentence, dignity-preserving script. Hey, I saw the get-together. I felt left out. Just want to check, was it a small thing or should I assume I'm not in the loop for these? You ask once and you let the answer spoken or unspoken guide your standards. This is not punitive. It's peaceful. Your voice states the truth. Your boundary holds the line. Their pattern makes your decision easier. Let them choose what they choose. You choose whether you speak once or you step away. That's how you keep your self-respect while reality keeps doing what reality does. I love you. Stay steady. Choose peace. All right. Here's how you do the grown-up thing without turning yourself into a PR department. Step one is posture, and posture starts in your body. Calm first. You do not reach out to win a case. You are not gathering exhibits, timelines, and witness statements. You are gathering data. So breathe. 4 in, 6 out, shoulders down. Say it. I'm safe. I'm steady. I'm asking once. When you initiate from calm, you keep your dignity and you keep the conversation short. Rules of engagement. No essays. No, lol, guess my invite got lost sarcasm. No paragraphs with 17 caveats. Keep it short, curious, and clean. If you can, do it voice-to-voice call or a single voice memo that's under 30 seconds. If text is the only route, make it 3 lines tops. You're not auditioning, you're clarifying. Use the 3-part format: observation, impact, request. That's it. Observation, hey, I saw the photos from Saturday. Neutral, factual. Impact, I felt left out. No blame, just your experience. Request, can you clarify going forward? Were those smaller hangouts or am I not in the loop for that group? Then zip it. Hands off, let them. A couple scripts to put in your pocket. One-on-one. Hey, I noticed the dinner on Friday. I felt stung seeing it after. Can you clarify? Was it a tight thing or should I assume I'm not included in those? Group context. Saw the game night pics. I felt left out. Going forward, is that circle capped? Workplace adjacent. I saw the meeting invite, went to X team. I felt sidelined. Going forward, can you clarify when I'm expected to be in those? Observation, impact, request. Then you stop talking. Now, outcomes. Prepare without collapsing. If you get apology and repair, I'm so sorry, total oversight. Next one is the 15th. Can you come? Great. Accept or decline, but track the follow through. The repair is a report card. If you get awkwardness, lots of, it was last minute, small, you know how it is, you keep it dignified, got it, thanks for clarifying. Data noted, adjust placement, let them. If you get defensiveness, why are you making this a big deal? Don't take the bait. Not a big deal, just sharing the impact. Thanks for letting me know. Then you step back, pattern over promise. And if you get indifference, silence, a thumbs up, or a non-answer, that is also an answer. Lack of response is data. Don't chase. Let them. Close every version the same way. Thanks for telling me. That line ends the loop without you groveling or prosecuting. Then you act on the information, not on your adrenaline. Maybe you soften expectations, right-size the relationship, or move them to the outer ring. Maybe you give it one cycle and see if the behavior changes. Ask once with dignity, then let the answer spoken or unspoken guide your standards. Drop the ors. Let them be themselves. You choose peace, and you choose where your time goes next. Here's the turn that changes everything. Stop waiting to be picked and start building. If you want community, you can't operate like a beggar at the door, rattling the cup of your worth. You operate like a builder. Scarcity says there's only one table and they didn't seat me. Agency says, cool, I'll set a table that reflects my values. Let them do what they do. You create what you need. Make it simple and low stakes. Keep invites tiny, clear, and time-boxed so people can say yes without homework. Coffee walk. I'm walking the loop at 7:30 a.m. Friday, 2 laps, done by 8, 10. Join if you want. 2-person dinner, soup at mine. Tuesday, 6:38. Nothing fancy? I've got bread. Come with me. I'm trying the 6 p.m. Pottery intro class on the 12th. Come with me. Standing plan. First Thursdays. Tacos at my place. 7-9. Open chair. That's builder energy. It's specific. It respects time. It doesn't perform. It repeats. Run the 2-lane approach so you're not overwatering one patch of grass. Lane 1, tend what's already here. Once a week, extend a clean, no drama invite to an existing friend. Rotate. Light touch, consistent rhythm. Lane 2, build new. 1 weekly move toward fresh connections. Say hi to the neighbor with the dog you always pet. Introduce yourself to the person you see at yoga. Join the volunteer cleanup. Show up to the book club you bookmarked 3 months ago. 2 lanes, 2 touches a week. Put it on your calendar like the gym. Name the discomfort so it doesn't run you. Adult friendship requires initiative. You will hear no. You will get can't make it, and sometimes crickets. That does not mean you're unlovable. It means people are busy, shy, overwhelmed, or not your people. Let them. A decline is not a verdict, it's data. Thank them for the clarity and move to the next name without storyboarding your doom. Your job is to keep laying bricks, small, consistent, low-stakes bricks. Adopt the identity. I'm the kind of person who includes people. Say it out loud. I add a chair. I circle a date. I follow up once. I do not chase. Builders don't beg, they host lightly. Translation, keep costs low and pressure lower. Paper plates, chili and cornbread, board game on the coffee table, 30-minute park walks, a shared Google Calendar for open house Saturdays. You are creating an opt-in culture where belonging is easy to taste. Use builder micro habits. Learn and repeat names. Introduce people to each other. You both climb meet. Share details clearly, where, when, how long, what to bring. Rotate hosting, so it's not all on you. Capture one candid and send it privately with love this. Mark birthdays on a note in your phone and text first thing. Make a group text that isn't a gossip pit. It's a plan machine. Sunday, 9 a.m., farmer's market, 45 minutes. Here's your mantra as you build. The cure for exclusion is not chasing, it's creating. If they didn't invite you, let them. If they pass, let them. If they're not your people, bless and release. You keep living like the friend you want to find. You're not waiting at the door anymore. You are the door. Open it. People who are looking for what you're building will walk through. And you'll be too busy living to refresh a story that never deserved your peace. Here's your reset and your rhythm. You know the sequence now. The post hits, your stomach drops, that wave is human, not a character flaw. You pause, phone down, hand on chest. I'm safe. This is a surge. Breathe 4 inches, 6 out. Then you cut the cord with 2 words. Let them. You run the 3 questions. What am I afraid this means? Whose business am I in? What feels like peace for the next 10 minutes? And you pick the action that brings you back home. You refuse to make up a painful movie. Facts in one bin, fiction in another. You choose yourself for 24 hours with self-respecting moves. You read the pattern, not the promise. You speak once with dignity if a real agreement or a reciprocal person warrants it. And then you let the answer guide your standards. And because you're done waiting by doors that never open, you build your own table, low pressure, high clarity, consistent, kind. Future you is going to meet this moment again. Of course you will. Life does not stop handing you opportunities to practice. Next time the photo pops, the tag doesn't land, the group text lights up without you, you will still feel that sting. And you will not abandon yourself. You won't sprint into their business, audition for a seat, or prosecute your worth. You will stand up inside your own life and follow your sequence. That's how peace becomes a pattern, not by never hurting, but by never betraying yourself when you do. Write this on your soul and on a sticky note. Let them come back to my business. Choose peace. Choose me. Short, true, yours. Say it till your nervous system believes you. Let them, hands off, drop the oars. My business, my breath, my day. Peace first, answers later. Choose me every time. And I want to hear from you. Tell me what you did instead of spiraling. Did you mute and go for the 10-minute walk? Did you send one clean invite instead of writing a thesis? Did you right-size a relationship and feel the exhale? What shifted when you applied standards and stopped loving potential? Share it. I want your story because your courage gives somebody else a roadmap out of the same maze. You are not here to be picked. You are here to pick a life that feels like peace. You know how now. The wave hits, you steady. Let them make their choices. You make yours. Choose yourself in small, repeatable ways. Watch your life expand. I love you and I believe in you. You can handle this with dignity. You can build what you crave. Let them. Choose you. Repeat. Then look up one morning and realize you are too busy living a calm, connected, beautiful life to refresh a story that never deserved your peace.